So today's show is all about why I love mobile home park investing and why you should too. Now, when I talk about mobile home parks, that is not to be confused with mobile home investing, right? I'm talking about the actual dirt of owning a mobile home park, which is just an amazing investment vehicle. So I'm really excited about that because if you've ever wondered, hey, how do I get off the transactional treadmill of wholesaling? Well, today is the show for you. But before I jump into today's episode, I want to remind you that if you want to hook up with me in a Facebook group where I spend a lot of time with, go to wholesalingincgroup.com, wholesalingincgroup.com, and love to chat with you in the Facebook group and meet with you and connect and hear about your wins and successes. So go to wholesalingincgroup.com. And by the way, I got a special giveaway for you also, and I'll mention this at the end of the episode, but if you've ever wondered what is the best criteria to buy a mobile home park and what to look for, okay, you can go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/MHP, nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/MHP mobile home park. Okay. And there you could download the best criteria when looking for a mobile home park. Okay. So let's start with wholesaling. Todd, why are we talking about mobile home park investing when this is a pretty much predominantly wholesaling podcast? And I can tell you that I absolutely love wholesaling, right? The thing about wholesaling that is amazing is I know of no vehicle where you could generate, 20, 30, 40, $50,000 paychecks as fast as in real estate wholesaling. I mean, it is an amazing vehicle. I have made millions with real estate wholesaling. I've taught others to make millions, and so I still love it. I'm a deal junkie, and maybe one day that will change. But I just love it, and I know that if you're probably listening to this podcast, you're thinking, Todd, I don't care about the treadmill, right? I love being on a treadmill, and so it's great. The one drawback to wholesaling is I've heard many people say, hey, Todd, I want to get off the transactional treadmill, right? I want to buy a property once and I want to get paid forever. I don't want to have to do a deal every single month. Now, a lot of those things I've solved and I've taught people to solve with building a team and working less. And so those are all things that I recommend inside your wholesaling business. But if you are looking to build passive income, I know of no better vehicle than mobile home parks. Okay, this is something that I haven't talked about too much, mostly because I like to kind of keep it a secret. But if you're a loyal listener to mine, I just kind of I get so excited. I've got to share it, right? And so what I love about mobile home park investing is number one is that you actually are buying dirt, right? You're buying dirt and renting dirt. Okay, what does that mean? Well, in a traditional real estate deal, right? If you think about buying apartments or if you think about buying a house or renting out a single family, is that you are renting out a building, right? And with that building, you have all kinds of responsibilities like maintaining that building or tenant issues or safety issues that you have to worry about or the leaky faucets. And so what I absolutely love about mobile home parks is that you are really renting dirt, right? I love that you actually own the property. Typically, you do not own the mobile home in a mobile home park. Now, sometimes you will buy a mobile home park and it will come with some homes that you have to then convert to a tenant owned home. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but it is like one of the easiest real estate classes out there because you're just renting dirt. Okay, number two, and probably my most favorite about mobile home park is that you buy once and you get paid forever. Okay, and there are multiple ways to make money on a mobile home park. Number one is that if you buy a mobile home park and you are actually the one finding the deal and bringing the deal and putting it together, you will usually get paid something up front, right? A lot of people call this an acquisition fee. It's kind of like a wholesale fee, but they call it an acquisition fee where you're basically wholesaling it to yourself. This is if you're bringing on other investors to help fund this. Okay. The second part about a mobile home park, which I love, is the cash flow. And if you buy a park that has any kind of significant number of spaces, there's going to be monthly cash flow. And on most single family houses, people are looking for a monthly cash flow of 2 to 500 on single family houses. In a mobile home park, you're looking at thousands per month, right? Anywhere from $1,000, $2,000 a month, all the way up to $30,000 or $40,000 a month for bigger parks. And again, that is just one deal. Okay, and so that is the second payday. Now, the third payday when you own a mobile home park, and this is if you're the one operating it, is when you sell that mobile home park. Now, typically, what I love about commercial real estate that's different from single family real estate is that you are typically relying on the market for appreciation, right? If the value of houses go up in the area, you will benefit from that. If it goes down, you are going to suffer in that way. But with a mobile home park and commercial property in general, when you improve a property, when you get it, and you raise rents to what they should be, and you clean up the park, and you fill up vacancy in the park, and you get it operating, because these things are like businesses, okay? You now increase the value of that park, because mobile home parks are valued on the net income that they generate, all right? I want you to look at a mobile home park as a business, right? And this business has a net profit. And that net profit in the commercial real estate world is called net operating income. NOI, on what the property nets. Okay. And so let's say that this business, right, of renting dirt nets, let's call it a cool $100,000 a year, right? Let me say this. Let's say that business was generating $50,000 a year, and I'm just using some general numbers here, right? When you buy that, and let's say it's netting, 50 grand a year, typically, depending on the market that you're in, that property will sell anywhere between, $500,000 to $700,000, assuming the property doesn't need a ton of work. Okay. Now, I take that property and now I increase the rents. I fill up the empty spaces. I clean it up. I have it looking good. Every year I start raising rents. And now I take that $50,000 a year and now I turn into 100. Okay. That property is going to now sell between $1 million to $1.6 million, right? And again, those numbers can change depending on the market. Now, I don't care if the market went up, I don't care if it went down, but just by increasing the rents and becoming a better operator, the control that you exert over this amazing piece of property, okay, now you've increased the value. And so instead of waiting 5 years or 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or never for a single family house to go up $500,000 in value or $1 million, right? You can do this in like a year on one property, right? That's why I love mobile home parks. There's 3 ways to get paid when you operate, okay? Now, number 4 is mobile home parks are typically less competitive than apartments. Right, everyone, if you've ever gotten involved in real estate investing or you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, apartments, tend to be where everyone wants to gravitate to. They understand them, and mobile home parks have a bad rap, right? People call them trailer trash or trailer homes, and really, if you're operating a mobile home park the right way, that's the furthest thing from the truth, right? You can make them really nice, bring in new homes, create good communities, and have these trailers be just so much better than an apartment. And so while the stigma is there, you actually can benefit from that stigma and have a great investment that spews off cash month after month after month. Okay, the other part about this, number 5, is that rents typically in mobile home parks are low. Okay, and what I mean by low is they're too low in 2 ways. Number 1 is that most mom and pop owners, right? What I mean by mom and pop owners, I mean, non-companies. They typically do not raise rents. They have a fear of the conflict that may come by raising rents. That's the first part of that. So when you go to that, you can raise them to the current market. But this is something that people don't talk about. Me personally, I believe that rents for mobile home parks in general are low. So the market rate, I believe, is low. I believe that because they are actually superior to a lot of apartments out there, that they actually could come to the level, okay, of where apartments are, because they are a better product, in my opinion, right? You're creating a real community. They're less transitory. They're cleaner. You could bring in new homes with granite countertops. People are proud to live there. And that's what you want to create. And so over time, I believe they have a much higher upside. Number 6 is I love the value that mobile home parks bring a community. You are providing a clean and affordable place to live for a demographic that would not normally be able to afford that, right? I love that mobile home park rents, are in the, $300 to $800 range. I just love it. I love everything about it because, almost everybody can afford that, right? With an income. You could have someone who's making $15 an hour at McDonald's or $12 an hour at McDonald's and still afford to live in a mobile home park, which is clean and affordable. And so I love that value that you can bring to the world. Okay. 7 is that they're not building any more mobile home parks. Okay. Mobile home parks are traditionally very hard to build from a political standpoint. And so it is very hard to get them approved. Very, very, very few are being built. Way less, way fewer. No one ever said I was bright. Way fewer mobile home parks are being built than are being torn down every single year. And so these are kind of an endangered species. And so the less mobile home parks that are out there, the more valuable your mobile home park becomes, right? Meaning that there's going to be more demand to live there. It means the rents are going to go up. It means that your property is going to have waiting lists, and it's going to just make the property more valuable, okay, because of that scarcity. Number 8 is, this is one of my favorite, is that you get to do business with friends and family because there are typically many people involved in a larger mobile home transaction. Now, by the way, I've bought parks by myself where I'm the only person where I found the property, where I operate it or I have my team operate it and I funded it, right? And that can be, but I've also done deals where I found the property. I've also done deals where I was the investor only, right? I've actually done way more deals, right, where I was the investor, both as a limited partner, okay? And I'll do another show on that. But you can, again, bring in the money. You can operate the park. You can find the park, right? Maybe you can manage the park. And so there's a lot of different seats that you can take in this. And so I find that you can do a bigger deal, which I'm a big, big, big fan of. I'm a big fan of big deals. And so if you could find a huge deal and then bring some other people and put the pieces together, man, it is just awesome. And so I love to collaborate and make more money that way. Okay. So I'm going to review. By the way, again, if you want the best criteria when looking for a park, okay, that my park, maybe you want to partner and do a deal together, go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/MHP. All right, so let me review why I love mobile home park investing. Number 1 is you're buying the dirt, okay, and you typically don't own homes, which come with just more maintenance headaches, okay. Number 2 is you buy once and get paid forever. Okay, there's 3 streams of income that you can get. You can buy up front if you work with investors. Number 2, you can get paid on the cash flow, which is significant. And 3, you can get paid when you sell that mobile home park. And I'm talking I'm talking about 6 and 7 figure paydays on that. Okay. Number 4 is they're less competitive than compartments. Number 6, rents are low, both because they're not up to market, and I believe that the market can actually go up quite a bit. Number 6 is that you're providing a clean and affordable place to live. Number 7 is they're not building anymore, so your competition will be low among tenants, right? You'll have low competition in terms of where your tenants will go. 8, you get to do business with friends, operators, people who bring in the money, investors, right? Property managers, and do bigger deals. That's why I love it. Sorry if I screwed up the numbers there, but you get the point. So, by the way, if you ever want to partner with me on a mobile home park, number 1, go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/MHP, right, for mobile home parks. And you like to see the best criteria that you want to look for when you're buying a park. But if you want to partner with me, go ahead and email support@nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com. I'd love to chat with you if you've got a deal, and I will talk to you on the next episode.